going? How are we doing today? I need to prerequisite. You may notice already. There's been some problems with VC face, and it's only sort of half tracking my mouth at the moment. But that's fine because we're going to be watching the game. Okay, that's also something that isn't working, apparently. Lots of things aren't working today, and I'm very frustrated by it. So many things are broken.
You're gonna be alright.
I don't know. Why did that not have any sound on it? I don't know.
It's mainly just VSync that's having a little shit fit.
Yes.
The other problems kind of resolved themselves. Initially, the Final Fantasy, well, I wouldn't say Final Fantasy, the Visual Boy was running with weird settings where everything was running at like 500% and there was no sound coming through and we weren't entirely sure what that was about. But that then fixed itself with the simple turn it off, turn it on again. But VSync is not playing ball.
Yeah, for an unknown reason, VC Face is not detecting the microphone, but as you can hear, the microphone is working fine. I restarted my PC very quickly, and that didn't fix it, and at that point I was like, we're already late. So, yeah, Visual Boy was misbehaving, and now apparently Meep is also misbehaving. The quick reset might hopefully fix that. Yeah, that fixed it. Okay, at least Meep works. Ah! And I had to call the bank, which is a personal offence.
You'll be alright. Remember where we got to in the story?
No. If no one got me, I know Meep got me. Can I get an amen? Amen! Good lord. I'm looking forward to when they release a Meep 2. The dev says that they're not working on Meep anymore and they're just straight up making a Meep 2, and I'm hoping that it's going to give us more interactivity and throwables and things like that, because base Meep works very well. Considering I was able to customize it and add in my own stuff. But I digress. Alright, Spirit, I just came to say hi. Good luck to you. Best of luck, friend. Please take care. Let us know when you're done. And please take care of yourself. If you need chill times, you know where to come. Right, I saw the Behemoth Totem Crystal thing. I don't know what you're referring to. But yeah.
That probably means that the red crystal one that we did where the Numo's unlocked.
That was a while ago, wasn't it?
It was a while ago.
Alright,
I haven't done another totem since.
referring to stuff in my place in VC Rising. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Killed the behemoth. Sure. Final Fantasy crossover. Mission list. Right,
Somebody out on a quest mission? Another guy and another white robe. That's
yeah.
actually really valuable.
Yeah, which is win a battle, and then we've got metal hunt, which is 5 more days. So we've got a couple of people out at the moment.
No, I think we've only got the one person out. I think A New Hope is out. Because Hope has changed now. Nemo is now.
Yes. Yes, we've the group has been changed around a little bit.
Only the one.
Just the one. Yeah, Hope is out. Basically, we got a new Nemo, and we were like, they can be Nemo and they can be the summoner. But honestly, the Nemo that was Hope before was better spec for it, so Spook has changed the names around. So yeah.
There's no point training another person up to do the Beastmaster stuff when we've already got one that does it.
And it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of
It's a lot of
to
work.
put in.
Yeah.
And this way Hope can be better spec to be a sage as opposed to having some of the Beastmaster stuff.
Yes.
At the end of the world. So I did a little switch up there.
Weirdly, it feels like the game is moving a little bit more fluidly than it used to.
Yeah, I was going to comment on that when I was going through the menus. I was like, it doesn't feel like things are as choppy as they were. So
I don't know what's happened there.
So Visual Boy broke itself and then it fixed itself better.
Yeah, it's running. It's a lot more fluid. There we go. Hope's returned.
There
We've
we
got another Adamantite and a Thunder Robe.
Thunder are very useful if we want to spec for a Thunder build. If we go up against a lot of Thunder creatures, we can render them more or less useless without the need for laws. It's like, you can cast Thunder all you want. Can't
It's
kill
great.
Me.
New unit.
Oh, Neville!
Oh, of course it's a Moogle. Damn it.
Blue sat there like, I kind of want to hire Neville and just let him sit
A
there.
little bit. He's level 11.
A little Neville.
We don't have anybody to be a Moogle. I'm upset.
Blue wants more Moogs.
I do. I'm the only Moogle in the party.
You are. We did say, it was if we found a Moogle or a Nemo
Yeah,
first.
Nemo's character was going to be based on what we found first.
Well, here's a funny thought.
What?
Even though he doesn't turn up to these streams somehow, I don't know why, I think it's because he doesn't actually like me all that much. Stanji is subbed.
That is true.
We don't have one for Stanji. Now, I would have said that a Bangar would have been good for him as a defender, because Mr. Brick Eye and Shithouse, but wouldn't it be funny because he's not here to make him a Moogle, the one that he would hate the most?
Hello.
Look who turns up all of a sudden.
Also, Das does make a point they gifted 10 subs this week.
Yeah, but I know, but Das is here.
Well, Stanji's also here.
No, but Das is here all the time. We knew about Das right from the up. He was in the original party. I just mean Stanji doesn't turn up to these streams. We never see him in the Friday streams.
Fair.
So I thought it'd be funny.
Okay,
Make him a Moogle.
Okay, so how about this? For the memes, we'll take the, because we haven't got a Moogle, we'll take the Moogle. We can make them a gunsmith. Stanji likes guns, right?
It could be a gunsmith, or it could be a Mog Knight, because they're meant to ride chocobos.
Yep. And then, if we get, say, I don't know, another Bangar or something, we could make them a gladiator, and Das could have that, and Das could have a second character for the subs that they gifted this week.
Ooh, second character time.
Yeah.
Is that where we're at?
They've gifted subs this week.
That's a lot of subs this week.
That's the thing. So, we could have Madrash. Yeah, there we go. They knew what I was. They were picking up what I was putting down.
Hang on. I'm going to test my knowledge here. I remember that Madrash was a Dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they were either a blue or a white one from your picture.
Yes.
It's a shame that we can't have the enemy's defender colour because the enemy defender is blue. Most of the player Bangar stuff is shades of red. I believe the only exception is the Templar, which is a kind of bluey colour, and the Bangar, the Dragoon, who's purple. But I think most of them have a reddish-orange tint to them, unless they're the enemy, in which case they are blue.
Okay. So, shall we make Stanji this Moogle, because it's funny, but also because they can be an animist knight. Not animist, a gunsmith.
Mog Knight. Or a gunsmith.
Gunsmith.
A gunsmith would be pretty
Either
funny. Because it was supposed to be like his character from Monster Hunter. Because guns have the biggest range in the game, bar none. They can shoot more or less map wide, apart from magic. But...
Give us some input, Stanji, because that is the general idea that we get input from people. Basically, yes, I'm trying to find an excuse to hire this Moogle. We have no other Moogles in the party.
Neville.
We have no other Moogles. To be fair, the actual difference between different colours of Dragonborn is mostly negligible. It's true.
Coming from the core Dragonborn player.
Look, Dragonborn are
I didn't
given...
even mean that pun, but it did fit, didn't it?
Dragonborn are given the tiefling treatment in that the book says they should be shades of brown, and everybody goes, "Cool, I'm going to ignore that."
Yeah.
The book, in the book, it says tieflings vary from red to normal, and everyone goes, "No."
I see your opinion, and I counter it.
Which is
my
why
opinion.
I found it very funny that in the dragon book, the guy, I've forgotten the title of it, but you know the one that was all about dragons, they actually added in artwork of like player characters, dragonborns, but they were all different colours, because at that point they'd realised, oh, nobody follows that rule.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a gunsmith Moogle named Pinter. We could do either then. As long as I either destroy or am indestructible, I will not complain. Try not to kill me off too quickly.
Pinter? I thought that was Das's character.
That was Das said just here. And then
sorry, I read Voz's and I was like, am I missing something? Printer the Blacksmith. That sounds like what Naren would play, like a what are they called? The robot people.
Warforged.
Yeah, he'd be like a Warforged where he's a blacksmith, but he's a 3D printer.
Warforged artificer that's the 3D printer.
That sounds good. Thank you, cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we'll hire.
Hire Neville.
Yeah,
because we've been on the screen for about a billion years now.
the end result is yes, we're hiring this Moogle.
So I guess we could make that Pinter then. We'll give.
We can make an. Yeah, we can have this.
Stangia Bangar.
Yeah,
It is
because
fitting.
the Bangar are the tanky ones. Let's be honest.
They have a class called a job called the Defender, which literally learns a move where you can't get killed.
So yeah, we can get a Stangy brick shit house.
Do we call him Stongles?
Strongles.
Strongles. With 2 S's because it's Bangar. Oh fuck! I'm gonna have to code that in. Balls!
Write it in your spreadsheet. You've got your computer back.
Yes.
Ulele!
I have my computer now. We got an immigrant to come and fix it.
Like the Warforged I was gonna play in your campaign, Spook, hint hint.
Yes. I vaguely remember that. Oh, that wasn't a 3D printer. He was playing a medic.
Gonsman?
Yes.
Yeah. Gonsman?
It's been that long.
I think I know the name because when you shut down the drive where you were hosting the D&D folders, half of them got spat back into my drive. And it's not been sorted out, so just randomly in my folders there are folders of everybody's characters. And sometimes I see them. Yeah. I remember seeing, literally today when I was uploading stuff, there was a thing for Gonsman, the Warforged Cleric, and I was like, that's Core's character. I need to remake that drive so I can get some of the crap out of mine.
You need to stop bitching.
Right, what are our laws today? No blades, no rapiers. Cool.
Ranged and magic. Well, you can bring a dragon with you. That makes you
That's
happy.
true, I do get to bring my dragon with me. Thanks, Nemo. Yeah, we were very confused by this because you only shape change when you go to attack, but when you move around the board, you stay as this form.
Yeah, doing the woo.
I'm doing a blue woo woo. Right, these guys, you're an elementalist, but what are you wearing? Or a rapier. If you are equipped with a rapier, we can't use you. You are, so we can use you. It's gonna be mage time, I think. I'll bring you because you use that.
If he is learning illusion magic, so she can like the whole area.
That's true. We can only have 4 people.
4.
We can only. It's a 4v4.
Oh, because it's a sort of special one. There, that's a Bangar with Ursa Defender Bangar, but in the shade of blue,
Aww.
which would be a little bit more of a fitting one for the Drash.
Yeah. It's weird that they're like half and half of like these ones are red and these are blue. You would think for the sake of the game they'd make it like all the NPCs are blue and all the players are red, or vice versa.
I think it's more a case of they chose the colours that looked more fitting of like the class, and then the enemies get the opposite.
Yeah, because obviously the red mage signature color, the white mage signature color is white with red.
Yeah, so they gave that to us. So if we had all like the cool colours of blues and greens and stuff, then we'd have had the blue white mage, which was kind of wrong.
So our build for this is going to be 3 spellcasters and an archer against, let's be honest, a very heavily ranged squad.
As long as if he's got cure magic, we should be fine. Or remember, you could bring Punch because he doesn't
True.
have, and he's got revive.
Also
So,
very true.
It depends on how much you want to see like some of the new guys and give them levels.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You double check Iffy's ability. She has got white magic, so I mean, Iffy's strong regardless of what she does. Let's be honest. She's beefy. Yeah. Remember, guys. By the way, if you want to discuss like character loadouts and things like that, use the Discord channel, and Spook can keep an eye on it while I'm playing the game. So you can talk there about what race and classes and ability combos you want to get for characters. So we have a Moogle, which could go either way, and we've said that we might get a Bangar, which could also go either way if we find another Bangar. Just basically just saying that to fill up our party a little bit. Because obviously for a while we were literally using the same 6 people.
Yeah.
Whereas now we're getting a little bit more variety in our encounters because we've got a wider variety of people.
Fix the bugs.
Yes. Bugs
Squashed 'em.
squashed. Okay, let's try this. Let me just double check, actually. Yep, you've got a thunder robe on, which is useful to know. Oh, that reminds me. I can have you listen to the music if you want, hun, unless you're listening to your own stuff.
No, it's okay. I'm leaving my headphones off just to give me a break.
That's fair. I feel that sometimes.
Just casually chilling in the background with some Halo. Just grinding up some challenges. I'm on hand.
If he's got a
to perform.
blaze robe,
We've got enough of either now, so you can pick an element and kind of stick to it. I think.
what's Nemo wearing?
Well, I suppose the question is, does the enemy have any
judo
magic?
They have a white mage. I think that's it.
So it doesn't really matter what
Yeah,
robe
they
you
have
have
that.
on.
Yeah, they have just. Yeah, it's a very melee based group with one singular white mage.
Yeah, you'll be alright then. You don't really need to.
All right, yeah,
specify.
we'll just go as is. It's one of those ones where it's like if we go up against a fire dragon, it's like neat. We can swap everything to thunder and thunderbolt everything.
Yep, we don't have to worry about that at this time.
Harley's going first, apparently. Oh, okay.
You gonna pick a fight with the dragon?
Nope.
Oh, he's.
Interesting choice.
He noticed who was the most
Ouch.
damaging, most threatening.
Okay, big numbers right at the start, so I have no choice but to obviously cure myself.
Remember, you're gonna want to keep Iffy back anyway because she
Rage
can
is
hit.
negligible for
Yeah,
her.
when she activates her spell, she just hits all enemies, so she doesn't need to.
I
get
love the fact that we can get her back up to full health using just a regular cure. And she leveled up.
She dangerous.
That's why he picked her. Right, let's have you go like here. Yeah, the game is definitely moving a lot more fluidly.
It is, isn't it? It's quite nice.
It's weird.
I didn't think
I
about
hadn't
it.
noticed it before.
I didn't think it was something that we needed until I was just moving around the menus and I thought, it's just me, maybe because I don't normally play this, maybe it's just me, but it is smooth, isn't it?
You know what? Even though you're right next to me, I am gonna try to take you out right away. Wow, that was like a 70% chance. You little bee.
It's too high. I need low numbers. I can hit on a 2%, which I did. Caught a monster on a 2%.
Yep.
Can't do 70 though, that's too much.
Alistair be like, I'll work better when the odds are against me.
Ifrit.
Let's see how this does. Nice.
It's decent. The thing with summons is that they can hit much larger areas than normal magic.
Yes, they have a wider AoE.
So even if they are slightly less damaging, if you've got 5 or 6 people, then you can really capitalise on that damage spread.
Oh, I forgot that I think you need a turn to morph.
Yes, you do.
So I am going to move away just a little bit. He'll probably come after me. Dragon. Dragon morph.
Had to wave his hands in the air.
Anybody that's played XCOM knows that anything above 70% to hit is an auto miss.
Yeah, you've got a clip of that on your intro video. Haven't
Yeah.
You?
90%!
Luke was not happy that day.
I haven't played XCOM, so this is giving me the true XCOM experience. He apparently doesn't have any ranged abilities. He chose not to do anything. Yeah, don't flank her!
Uh-oh, John.
Ow.
That's not that damaging.
No, that wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was. They're not the same as us, whereas we're just like air render all the time.
Yep. Phantasm skill.
Prominence.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah,
If he's scary,
if he's scary.
that's more damage than people are doing in their solo attacks.
Yeah. If you don't need to see you, just needs to know that you exist. And that's with Turbo MP on. Normally it does around sort of 12 damage.
Yeah, I was
a character.
gonna say big AoEs like that are normally quite titchy.
So, I mean, essentially what you've got there is a kind of budget Totema.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh.
She's sleeping.
She breathing in.
Ugh.
64 damage? Holy
With
Christ.
a bow. You're a beast as well.
You know, that is a lot of
I
damage
think
for a
if
bow.
he takes a lot of the glory of you just being a beast as well. She's snoring.
Oh, see you in a bit, Core.
Bye, Cole.
You heard that song too. Yeah, I didn't play much of Fallout 3 because they're not my kind of games, but I do remember that starter. That was a good start. Have you ever seen
I've never played any Fallout games.
Have you seen the starter?
No.
It's quite a good one. It starts off with like the picture on like a bus radio.
Mhm.
It slowly zooms out with that song playing. The song that's echoing as if like, it's actually vocalised on the bus, and your camera is an entity in the world. So you start to become more distant,
Oh, okay.
and it zooms out into this destroyed
That's not bad.
city landscape. It really sets the tone. It's very, very simple.
Yes, I know that the Fallout games are obviously very acclaimed, but I've actually never played it. Because that was kind of the era. That was still sort of in the era of my parents mostly buy my games for me,
Yeah.
and when you're limited to, you get like maybe one game every few months if you're good, or maybe getting 1 or 2 games on your birthday. It doesn't really give you room to experiment with new things. No. You just kind of like, there's a new Pokemon game coming out, and it's like, well, I want that, so that's the one I want.
That's what I'll ask for.
So that's what I'm going to ask for. Right, time to beat this guy over the head with a dragon.
And you, no, I don't think you can move to a position where you could hit both of them.
Yeah, I'd need to be like on.
Oh no, you could.
Oh yeah. I could be this square with it.
Yeah.
It's slightly jarring how fluid the game is sometimes.
This is how it would have worked on the original.
Yeah,
hardware.
this is how it would have been.
Maybe that's something to do with like.
Maybe it's because we ticked that like throttle thing.
Ugh. Burnt to death.
Ooh, judge point. Tremor.
Yeah. Pretty decent. I can't remember any of the defender's main moves apart from obviously the defend one.
Yeah.
So I can't remember if they're actually a pretty good primary class or if they're a good like backup class of combine their abilities with other things that makes them nasty to have to fight.
No, that shove was pretty decent. It's something you'll have to look up if we're gonna get Strongholds to be a defender.
I know they've got decent stats. I remember that they have decent stats because they're one of the sort of go-to classes. They're one of the ones that requires 2 abilities.
Dang, even if he's out of it, she can only do 1 prominence. It's 64 mana. She can only do 1 prominence per battle.
That is double the MP cost because it's over MP.
Yeah, but because of that, she can only do 1 per battle.
She needs a turn to cool down.
Yeah. We need to get like a mana regen, but I can't imagine that's something that's hugely available. I feel like it would be too powerful.
I think there is one that gives you more per turn. I think it's only like 5 more, it's not a lot more, but it can add up.
I mean, yeah, if she had 10 more, she'd be able to do it. So. But instead we're going to put a cure down, just because Lapis got badly hit that time. I feel like I'm going to try to take this guy out if I can.
Yeah, taking out the defender. They're just. I mean, that's the job that they do. They take a lot of damage.
Well, that's
I mean, the white one.
this guy, because he's doing a lot. Yeah, because he's doing a lot of damage to my mages.
That's fair.
My mages can take out the defender from a distance. But this white monk is pestering them.
So, looking at some of the defender ones, they get Tremor, which you've seen, which is attacks all the 4 people in the cardinal directions and pushes them away and doesn't damage them. They've got Meltdown, self KO, and deals area damage equal to their own HP.
Enough mana. Lapis also doesn't have a. Lapis has a tiny amount of mana, especially in comparison to Iffy, who's in the hundreds. Oh my goodness.
I guess I'll have a look and see what use Rim.
Yeah. That's gonna be that's gonna be because they have to be like fences and stuff in order to get to this.
Funnily enough, the more she levels up as a summoner, they have the best MP gain.
So she just Well, I can see why, because those are beefy spells. Mind you, it's not as beefy as Prominence was. I'm afraid you're just gonna have to wait your turn. I'm afraid there's not really anything you can do. You, however. This is probably going to trigger his last berserk.
I Angie.
Yeah, there he is. There he goes. Randorf.
Oh, that's weird. Assassins get the second most amount of MP gain.
Assassins?
I don't think they actually used any mana. I thought their abilities were just abilities, unless I'm misremembering.
I mean, they are a little magic-like, I suppose.
They're not. Assassins aren't quite the same as ninjas. They have a different moveset.
Right, I'm thinking of ninjas.
So they're the Vera equivalent of ninjas, but they do work, different enough. But yeah, anyway, back to the defender.
Ifrit!
Yep, they get defense, which raises weapon defense and magical resistance for 1 turn. They get the drop weapon, so I guess they're kind of like a paladin, the defenders, in a way, but not so holy as the human one. They don't get the healing side of it, they just get the making it hard for you to fight back side of things.
Right.
Raising the defense, causing them to drop weapons. Hibernate to remedy status ailments, vulnerable while asleep.
Ooh, you've mastered auto regen.
Ah, nice.
And Nemo has mastered dragon.
Oh,
so
there you go.
Nemo can get a different thing put on.
A new soul. Sounds pretty fitting for Nemo, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mowdown damages surrounding units at the cost of speed and evasion for a turn. Interesting. Aura enhances aura to bestow auto life and auto regen. Ah, now that's good. You can give yourself automatic regeneration, and you'll get an auto res.
What soul do you want to give Nemo?
Thanks for listening to what I'm saying. I was explaining it to you because you asked me to look it up, and then you blanked. You alright?
That's how it goes. So
I love you.
As you say, they're kind of like paladins but without the holy magic.
Yeah.
So they've got a lot of
Super knights.
Yeah, there's a lot of obviously they're quite physical, but they've got a lot of sort of debuff kind of things, or buffing themselves as well.
Yeah.
It's the status as well.
I suppose it really matters what soul you go for next. They all take 200, so
Yeah. It's very funny though, because in a way this question is slightly redundant, because 9 times out of 10 I'm going to use dragon.
I remember that, the moves that they know, like Lamias and stuff, can have things where they can charm people,
Yeah,
so
I'm
having
wondering-
access to charm, Malboros can throw a lot of
Maybe a
debuffs on.
Malboro.
Panthers could just deal a lot of damage,
Yeah,
more damage.
they're a lot of physical attacks. Maybe the Lamia, yeah, maybe in some charm. Put that on. And you've mastered auto regen. What was that associated with?
That's armor, that's from the Gaia gear, so not necessarily something that you want to change.
Yeah, because it is good gear. And we got some more, or we're currently doing doing a quest? Yeah, we're currently doing a quest to get some.
Yes, we're getting the guy gear and the leather whites robe, which in and of
So-
itself is a good robe if we don't want any elements.
Snipers can have the Gaia gear, so if she hasn't already got one, we want to give one to Paku. She has already got one, okay, so we're good for the now. For now.
Has she got it equipped? I can't remember if she has it.
Yes, she has it.
No, the ability. Yeah,
Yes.
So, I mean, even like the transitions of like through the menus was silky smooth then.
If this Moogle is Pinter, how do we get to, let's see, Thief to Gadgeteer, potentially then after a few tricks going to Animist and Gunner. Animist is such a misleading name because I think we all think Animist is someone who uses guns and they're not.
No, Animist is mainly a debuff or buffer, depending on your perspective. They teach things like, Berserk, and they get 100% more so they can raise their own defense. They're a bit of a mixed bag. They're
Animist
like
is
a
a
kind
mis-
of
feels
custom mage, I suppose.
Yeah, it feels like a misleading name. But we can,
It's a bit of translation.
Right, where's the tree? Pinned message, there's the tree. The leveling tree. Give it a sec to load. We need 2 thief skills to get Gadgeteer. So we might as well stay with thief for now and
Gadgeteers are good.
equip them with some stuff.
They equip claws like a white monk does, but they cast debuff spells like an illusionist does.
It's worth remembering when we switch them up. If we do need to get an animist skill, and they can get block arrows as animist, so that's worth remembering if we put them to animist at any point. Because they need animist skill to go to Gunner. Sorry about the music coming in and out. Obviously the music stops every time I tab out to look at messages and things.
You can change that. The setting, we'll have to look at visual board afterwards.
Yeah.
Sure.
Go with Feather Cat for now. Ooh, we need the Adamant vest, but apparently somebody has it equipped at home. For maintenance.
We can take that off whoever it is because only an alchemist can use it, so whoever's got it on could be given something else.
Yeah, whoever's got it on is not utilising it.
We'll have a look at
Oh, and of course the thief is going to be the steal abilities.
this. Steals it.
Back needs to MOT lurk. Fair enough, hopefully the MOT goes by perfectly smoothly.
MOT.
Sandy's doing their MOT apparently.
Oh.
I guess it doesn't matter too much. Go for maybe Steel Guild. We want one that's low, basically.
Yeah, something that's quick and easy to learn.
Just go with the basic. Boots. Nope. Alright, who is using the Adamant? You're using the Adamant vest because you're a ninja, so it's not best suited for what we do.
Like a power sash. Because he has got swords and he's going to be...
Oh, counter.
Ah!
Probably a better choice. I hadn't registered that one.
Ah, there you go. So, even...
We want having counter on a few attacks.
How would counter work with a gun? Would that mean if you get shot at range by like an arrow, you could turn around and fucking...
That would be funny!
You can 180 them?
It would be very funny!
Make sure they've got it equipped.
Abilities...
Because that is a reaction which means it
Counter.
would place block arrows. So, having both
So
is
we'd
good.
have options,
We'd have
basically,
options.
depending on the thing. If we go into an encounter and we're like, oh, there's no archers, counter. Okay, so they are kitted out, so we want to start bringing them with us. Thankfully, they are of a similar level as everybody else in the party, which is good, so they're not going to be left behind. Right, I believe we have cleared all of the missions we had active. There are some ruins at Naga Cave that needs the date from the Golden Girls currency. Win a battle. I thought we just did win a battle. Or do we have to go to the location? Right.
Yeah, that's the sword symbol means in a place.
Oh, so we need to go to the cave.
At a time.
Place. Let's go battle these guys.
Guten Abend.
Dog. I was about to say, where's the rest of the group? Is it just a dog? Oh, a purple one.
Garud. Garud Sandstorm.
Wait, does that mean we're going to want to catch him if he's a purple one?
I will have a look.
I think we already have a red panther.
We cannot capture the I don't know what they're called, Toughskins. We can learn stuff from Toughskins, but I feel like we already have it on
Which is?
Matra Magic.
We did learn that. We went through quite an effort to learn that last week.
So there's nothing else that we can learn.
So we
from
don't
that.
really need them here. Oh god, we got a few heavy hitting panthers, so we'll bring some beefy ones with us.
Panthers, we can learn Poison Claw from the Red Panther, which I think we already have, and Haste Break from the Kuel,
I think we
which I think
maybe
we already
also
have
already
Haste Break.
have.
Double check Roman and see what Blue Magic is. Your boy Roman.
Abilities. There's Matra Magic, Poison Claw, and Haste Break.
Yeah. So we have everything.
We have
that could
everything that we
possibly-
need from them, so we don't have to faff around with trying to learn stuff.
No, just kill them.
Kill it. Right, we can bring 6 people. Right, let's bring... God, you're level 14. That's probably why you're so scary.
Hello.
Thane! Oh,
Let's-
and Foz. There's one hiding up there as well. I haven't registered it.
Who is it? Oh, it's a turtle.
it's a
They
turtle.
can't reach us. That's really poor
And I was like,
placement.
why are you up there? What are you supposed to do up there? You can't jump down that. You've got to walk all the way around. You can't make that jump.
What were Percy's guns called?
Vox Machina, Percy.
Yeah.
The list and the pepper box. Oh, well, I think the list was the name of the pepper box. Pepper box was the type of gun it was. And Bad News was essentially like a sniper rifle, in a way. I think. Das would probably answer that better than me. It's been a long time since I watched season 1.
Go on, Das. Counting on you now.
I believe his basic gun was a pepper box, which was quite often drawn a little bit like a revolver, but it wasn't. I know that Taliesin was like very specific and like drew out actual sort of like blueprints for it.
That was like a 6-shooter. The Wild West ones.
That's why I'm saying it looked like a revolver because it had 6 compartments that he twisted. It was drawn quite often. It was drawn stylized like a revolver that had the six shots. He had an electric taser called Diplomacy. I do remember that one. It was a pepper box and being the only gun of its kind. Yes, because Percy basically invented guns in that universe. With a little bit of assistance. It was the pepper box, right? So it was a unique design. So I don't know if pepper box is actually a real life type of gun or if it's a fancy gun that Taliesin came up with. What was it? Right.
Probably comes from the expression of if you shoot somebody with certain types of ammunition, they call it
Peppering.
blood.
Yeah.
Did you have one called the Peacemaker?
Maybe? The name Peacemaker rings a bell, but I feel like other pieces of media have also used the term Peacemaker.
Because there's a Peacemaker in this
Oh!
that you can learn the charm shot from.
Charm shot!
You can shoot someone from a distance and,
And
chain.
charm them!
and charm
What, shoot them in the head?
Shoot them in the heart.
Time for a ranged lobotomy. Alright, I was making sure that Voz was still using a lance, which I believe that Dragon Whisker is a lance.
Yes. It's not a lance, it's a spear.
Yes. Or a glaive.
No, it's definitely a spear. It's a spear.
Just have a pacemaker. That could also work.